Heroes and heroines of the Natt fitness community, thank you so much for joining me. I am Nicholas Natt, and we're going to dig right into this topic, commitment. Now, I want to talk to you and I want to share about commitment because we all know what it's like to be in a position where we're having commitment issues or when we are extremely committed and it seems effortless. Why does that happen? What is the difference? Let's say that we're going to talk about something that we are committed to, like a relationship. Even when things are hard, even when things are challenging, and especially when things are easy, we seem to always just find a way to persevere, to endure, and then to deploy some level of excitement and ultimately to do the hard things. Obviously, I am a health expert. I coach individuals, and ultimately that's not just so that people can look good physically or have confidence. All that stuff is important. All that stuff is great, but it's really about maximizing your potential and living at the highest level. What I'll notice is that people will dig into this idea of what would it be like to have health or to be stronger or to lose weight or to have more energy. Any of these great ideas that is a result, right? As a consequence of doing the disciplined things. Whether people start this process or whether it's just a romantic idea that they let float around in their mind, what I find is that there is a huge disparity, there's dissonance between what people say they want and what people do, and that has a lot to do with commitment. I think before we get into this conversation much deeper, let's first, in my own opinion, talk a little bit about what commitment is. And commitment to me is ultimately doing that which you say and making sure that those are correlated regardless of circumstance, right? So if I say, I'm gonna pick up the phone, I'm gonna call you at 5 o'clock, unless I call you in advance and say, hey, I'm not gonna call you at 5, I'm gonna call you at this time, the expectation in your mind is gonna be, Nick said he would call me at 5, therefore I'm going to await his call at 5 o'clock. Now, if I call you at 5:15, 10 after 5, or if I don't call at all, regardless of the reasons why, it's probably not going to sit well with you. We know what that feels like because we've all been in a position where somebody's broken their commitment to us, whether it's been intentionally or arbitrarily. What we don't really put a lot of stock in is what happens when we break our commitment to ourselves. If I say, I'm going to start getting into better shape, and therefore I'm gonna put one thing in that I'm gonna begin doing, and take out one thing that I should refrain from doing. So I should stop drinking soda past 7 o'clock at night. I'm just gonna stop drinking soda entirely. Maybe I'm not gonna stop drinking soda collective, but at least at 7 o'clock. I don't like exercise. I hate going to the gym. I feel judged. I don't like the way my clothes fit. Weights are heavy. There's always some big trainer guy that's there talking about nutrition. I don't want to hear it, whatever, right? But you're going to start going on a walk every single day. That is a commitment that you make to yourself. And what that means is whether it's snowing, you're going to do that. Whether it's Christmas and everyone's having drinks and you want to have a soda, you're going to stay committed. If you're having issues at work and you're frustrated and this is like a coping mechanism, having a soda, you're still going to stay consistent and not do that. And if it is later than you want, I like to go for my walks at 6 p.m., but now it's 8 o'clock p.m. because of life, you're still going to go. And what we find is that people usually make it negotiable. They give themselves a reason, the excuse not to do something. And I want to make sure that everyone understands when you break commitment to yourself, especially when it comes to your health, not only are you losing rapport with yourself, and that's sitting in your mind, right? And that's why you have a harder time taking action on other things because you don't have that community, that rapport with yourself, that trust that says, you are a trustworthy individual and that will weigh on your mental health. But also, I want to take a second to talk to people about the results. You want to have better health. You want to be stronger. You want to lose weight. You want to have more energy. You want to feel like you're moving towards some kind of potential. Most of us want some iteration of that. And if you do want some iteration of that, my question to you is, you probably also understand why you want that or why you want to move away from something that's hindering your life. The reality, regardless of the excuse, regardless of the reason why you may or may not embark on a mission to stay committed to a goal, you're going to still be in a position where you're having to consequently endure. And the only consistent in life, aside from death, is change. So if you're saying, I want to lose 15, 20 pounds because I don't like how I feel about myself, I have a negative self-image, and that creates self-doubt and a lack of confidence and yada, yada, yada. And then on the other end, I make and break my commitment constantly about going to the gym or about eating better. You're probably not gonna feel the same way you feel the next week, the next month. You're gonna feel some version of that, except probably worse, because change is gonna happen no matter what, for the better or for the worse. So I wanna take time to make that critical, because a lot of times when people make commitment, what oftentimes happens is that some kind of emotion that's counterintuitive, that makes it uncomfortable, finds its way into our conscious mind. I'm excited about going to the gym. I'm gonna get in shape. I'm gonna look good. And then you go to the gym the first day and you realize that you're the one person who's there on the floor who doesn't look like everybody else. This person looks like they work out all the time. This person is an athlete, and this girl's got this, and this girl's got that, and you get overwhelmed. Well, you might feel emotionally with that overwhelm that you're not worthy or that you shouldn't be there. And that thought process will play a trick on you. In that moment, finding a way to persevere and stay committed is ultimately where you're gonna find that level of rapport that you're looking for and ultimately manifest those results. But too many times we react to that emotion and we see that as a guiding light. And before we know it, we're back on the couch with our Cheetos, not at the gym, feeling more of what it is that we don't wanna feel. I don't want that for you. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because I think it's imperative to have a conversation about commitment. Here is my proposal. Here is my pledge. If you are a kind of person who says, Nick, I know that commitment can change my life for a myriad of reasons, especially my health. And not only do I want to be healthier, but I want accountability with my health. You don't have to be an expert. You just have to be willing to try. And if you're willing to try, go and click the link below, join my back office community by downloading my ebook, Abs, Energy, and Confidence. It's completely free. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna put you into a conversation with people who've already started on this journey, people that I coach, people that I have the ability and the privilege of connecting with every day, who will be able to not just help convey how they've been able to circumvent and move past these obstacles and these struggles that they face that you probably are going to be able to relate to, but also there might be that proactive and positive, enduring voice in your ear that you need to hear. Secondly, I highly recommend and I highly implore you to click the subscribe button on this YouTube video and then share it, because if you're watching this video because you feel a calling and you feel like this is definitely relatable, then it's likely someone you know or other people around you at work, at church, in your neighborhood, maybe even in your own household feel the exact same way you do, even if for a different reason, and they would be able to benefit from this in another way. Being able to do that is not just gonna help them, it's gonna help me, and it's gonna allow me to be able to make more content like this that has very definitive strategy that can help you break through and not just being committed, not just attaining certain results, but especially in being able to help other people achieve and do the exact same thing and reaching our highest potential. So this has been a word for you. I look forward to having a conversation with you in my back office community. Make sure you guys click subscribe at the bottom, and I will look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Till next time, my friends, Natt with Natt Fitness signing off.